there YouTube, Eric Carthage here. We're going to do some matchmaking, but before we get started, let's go ahead and take a look at our Army and Navy management, see if there's any units that we need to upgrade. Wow, this Nodachi unit just got ranked up really fast. They do cost 950 though. You know, it'd be nice to put some more skills on these guys, but I don't want these units to get too expensive because I kind of like the fact that they're affordable. So, but maybe it'd be kind of fun. Let's upgrade them. Let's see, I've already given these guys speed and melee defense. Let's give them added morale. So that'll just make them slightly better on the morale side. I don't think I have any other units that need to be upgraded at this point. So I'm good. So let's go ahead and go into the conquest map. It's always good if you're in a clan to hit the clan competition here and see if there's any provinces you can conquer. And my avatar is standing on a province that's not owned by my clan. And if I win another battle here, it looks like I'll take it over. And you can see that my clan's doing pretty well here in Tier 4. We've got another day left, or 2 days left basically. Alright, let's find a match and see what we get. I've been playing quite a few lower ranks today, which is unusual. Almost always it seems like I get matched against 9 and 10 stars, so you know, some of the lower ranks it'd definitely be hard for him to fight against my army since Patchy's got so much leadership trait. Looks like I have someone here, USSR Kaza 40, something like that. General's got a Russian name, so I'm guessing this guy's Russian. I'm looking at the general's traits here. He's a skilled swordsman, journeyman leader, and a bowman. I actually really don't recommend what this guy's done because his general is not very good at anything, whereas my general is really good at something. And so I kind of think that you're better off to just go all down one skill tree, but I mean, you know, it's his preference. You want to take a look at the map. It's the Alpine Ridge map. And this map is the one that has the small ridge. It's large funds, so let's go ahead and start thinking through an army. I really do like bringing my Nodachi, and they pretty much weren't even damaged in that last fight. So let's bring my veteran Nodachi, and then I'll bring my lone swords to back them up because they're cheap, but they deliver a powerful blow. So 6 infantry should be fine. I'm going to bring a very strong cavalry component. I'll bring 2 Yari Cav, my veterans, and then I will bring 4 Katana Cav, and the Yari Cav will be to absorb enemy Cav charges and for speed, and then my Katana Cav will be to deliver knockout blows to infantry or to outflank enemy cavalry. And now I need some missile units. Let's see, what can I buy and how much would I have left? I kind of want a matchlock unit. They're kind of handy to have around, so I'm going to get a couple of bow samurai, and then I'll bring my Patchy's rifles. And I just barely made it in time, because a lot of people like to start these games pretty quick. Apparently they don't, either they think about their army somewhere else, or they don't like to think about their army as much. This army is Cav heavy, but it's also very infantry powerful. It's actually kind of light on the skirmish component, but I have a skirmish component, so technically you would consider this army to be fairly well balanced, although it is a little bit heavy on the Cav and missile side. But those 2 veteran Yari Cav that I bring, those will be handy. Oh, I should have taken out my ninja retainer and used a more helpful one. Whoops. Or just brought some ninjas. Would have been fun to bring ninjas. Any case, you've seen this map before. I'm obviously going to rush that ridge with my cavalry and make sure that I obtain the ridge before my opponent. I want it to fight from and to skirmish from. My opponent has used the cold snap retainer against me, which is going to be reduced reload for my skirmish units. Again, that's sometimes why I like to not come too skirmish heavy, is because, you know, it's not too hard for your opponent and to nullify a lot of your skirmishing ability. Okay, as always, I'm going to put my rifles in the back. They're going to be a help added protection for my general, sniping enemy generals, lending support, fending off cavalry. I mean, they're useful for a lot of things. But you don't want to spend like all your money on them. Though I have brought matchlock heavy armies before and used them successfully. It's not something I tend to favor, but it can work. Alright, I know all my units are going to be all bunched up, but I'm going to put my Yari Cav out in a nice wide formation for charging, and then I'll back them up with my Katana Cav, and I am going to go ahead and group these units, although I will ungroup them as soon as I get into position to fight from, because I don't like the unit groupings and what it does to your men. Okay, battle's going to start in a moment. So I'm going to go ahead and start the battle. Then I'm going to immediately move my infantry up, grab my cav. You want to move quickly when a battle starts, and as soon as you get your troops moving, then you're going to want to assess your enemy's troops. See up front, he's got a matchlock samurai, a couple of bow warrior monks. That's going to be interesting. He's got a lot of sword units in the center, looks like katana samurai, and then on the flanks he's carrying some Yari samurai and Naginata monks. So he's got 2 Naginata monks, Yari samurai, another warrior monk in the back, and another katana samurai. So I'll tell you what might actually work pretty well here, and it's going to depend on how my opponent plays on exactly what I need to do on strategy. Katana Cav are extremely effective versus enemy sword infantry, and they're also very good at chasing off enemy skirmish units. So I could bring up my bow samurai. They're going to start getting torn up because his warrior monks have better range. But then right behind them I could probably run my katana cavalry right up the center, and my opponent probably won't expect that. He's got his spears to protect the flanks, because most people expect a flank cavalry attack. And I could just target my katana cav onto each one of these sword units, and it would damage them so badly that my opponent would start to have kind of probably a freak out reaction. And then usually that gets them out of line where you can bring your infantry in. But we'll see if that ends up being the case. That's just one strategy that can be used. My opponent may have hidden cavalry as well, and that's what I'll keep my Yari Cav free to help take care of. You don't want to spring too early against an opponent and allow them to use a trap against you. But I mean, we can think about this here. My opponent is deployed. If he has a trap hidden in the woods, it's kind of a stupid place to deploy, because he's got this water here that's going to slow down any of his reinforcements unless he deployed a trap right here. That's the only way he can get, but then, you know, I wouldn't know which direction that's going to be coming from. So any reinforcements that come from here or here is going to get really slowed down by that water. And he can't deploy in these woods, so unless he has a Kisho ninja, there will be nothing hidden in those woods. Another thing I can do is move up and use these woods for cover, since my opponent's playing defensively. I think I will let my men rest for just a moment. Well, actually, they don't need to. Yeah, whenever Patchy marches next to my guys, they don't tire out very quickly. My opponent still has not moved an inch from where he started. I will use this forest from which to skirmish, and I'm going to run... actually, all these troops are running. I'm going to put them all to walk, and then I'm going to run my bow samurai ahead. And this is for 2 reasons. 1, I want his warrior monks to fire at my bow samurai, not my infantry. And 2, if he has any hidden cav, it might entice him to bring that cavalry out. I'm going to go ahead and ungroup my cavalry. I'm going to take my Katana Cav out to the flanks. And I'm going to keep my Yari Cav near my general, because I need to keep Patchy protected. Okay, his warrior monks are going to open up. My opponent's really not moving. Actually, you know, I was taking my Katana Cav to the flanks. I'm going to show you what you can do, actually, by just running these guys right up the center. See, my opponent isn't going to expect this, and it's going to force the skirmish units back, or it will kill them. And see, look, his sword units here are going to get absolutely ruined by my Katana Cav, and now that his skirmish units have been pushed back, it's time for me to push the attack. And see, look, my opponent didn't expect it. I caught all of his sword units and just absolutely wrecked them. And by the time he moves his spears in, if he moves them in to try and counteract, I don't even know what my opponent's doing. I don't know if he's like AFK or what. There's the enemy cav that I told you I was worried about. So I just got to get my general out of there, and I'll let his enemy cav, I'll let the enemy cav get caught up there. Just bonsaiing all my men, getting them charged in. I don't even think I'm going to need stand and fight, but I am going to go ahead and do stand and fight. That'll get Patchy down lower, where he'll be less vulnerable to matchlock fire. Oh, those were great guard. He is still going after Patchy, but I'm gonna use my matchlock to do some shooting at that great guard unit, and that'll help take care of them. But not all of them got away, and my general's pretty well safe at this point. You can see my opponent's infantry got completely wrecked. My Katana Cav isn't even dead, and since they're not dead, I'm just gonna go ahead and run them right at his general. The host has left the game, so apparently my opponent rage quit there, I guess. I don't really know. So either lost connection or rage quit. I don't know which one it is. I'm going to assume the best. I hate to assume the worst of people. It's a good thing I was recording this live, because it's probably not going to give me the option to save the replay. I mean, it does give you an option all the time to save replay after the game, but unless they fix that in the patch, it didn't used to work. But I think they do have an autosave feature now, too, that I noticed, where I think it autosaves your last battle. But let's go ahead and take a look at the results screen. Hopefully we get one. If we don't get one, then whatever. I mean, you can pretty much see what the results, but I am interested to see what kind of kills my units got. So I hope you're learning some, I've been using Katana Cav a lot recently. I hope you're learning a little bit about some good ways to use them, and some good ways to keep your general. Oh, look, I did go ahead and get experience for the battle. I even got a veteran unit of Katana Cav. Awesome. I've been wanting a couple of veteran units of Katana Cav. I have one already. 2 of them will probably be enough. Let's see, what should I name these guys? I name the other ones the Mounted Sword Patchies. Let's think here, let's think. How about, no, that's kind of dumb. Let's see. I stink at thinking up creative names on the spot. Alright, well, whatever. I'm going to turn it loose to you, YouTube. YouTube, you name him. If you see a name you like, thumbs up the comment. Whatever comment gets the most thumbs up with the suggested name for the Katana Cav is the name that I will assign to the Katana Cav. So I'll give you your opportunity. You can see that my opponent didn't get many kills. We had about the same number of men on the field. Really, his strategy was just way too defensive. I really recommend against playing that defensive. I don't think it's a good idea. Look how many kills my Katana Cavalry achieved. Pretty much 100 kills each and over 100 for some. So yeah, you can't just let your men sit still and get hit by heavy cav that way. This is that veteran unit Katana here, the one that got 134 kills to only 17 losses. So Katana Cavalry is the absolute bane of sword infantry. And it's also very dangerous to generals units. Not very dangerous, of course, to Naginata Spear or Yari Cav. So you need to use them right. You'll see that my infantry really didn't even get a chance to do a whole lot of killing just because the Katana Cav did all the work. Hey, my Patchy's rifles got 15 kills with only a volley or so that's pretty good. Alright, so hope you enjoyed this live battle. I'm going to try and make a lot of these, just have them ready to upload, and hopefully it'll teach you some good strategy.